Hello viewers, welcome to video tutorial on growth and decay of current in LR circuit. L stands for inductance, R stands for resistance. I am Dr. P. Ramakrishna, Assistant Professor of Physics, Government Degree College, Kamareddy. This topic forms a part of chapter Varying and Alternating Currents in Electromagnetic Theory paper of BSc Physics syllabus. The chapter Electromagnetic Theory, Varying and Alternating Currents is recently introduced in Electromagnetic Theory paper of BSc Physics syllabus, which is effective from 2019-20. In the previous CBCS syllabus, this chapter is not present. This is a new for CBCS syllabus. Let us discuss what are the things present in this chapter. First, let us look at the growth and decay of current in LR circuits. Before discussing, let us have some of the fundamentals related with this chapter. They are direct current. Direct current is a type of current or voltage which has constant value over period of time. From this animation, it can be observed that though the time is varying, but the value of either voltage or current which are taken on y-axis remaining constant with time. Here time is varying, but the value of voltage or current are remaining same. Instead, if the values of voltage or current vary with time, then such current is called as varying current. The graph can be shown like this. You can observe that the value of voltage and current is increasing in this animation with time. It not necessarily increasing, it may be either increasing or decreasing with time, or it should vary. It need not be completely either increasing or decreasing. It may vary with time, then that current is called as varying current. There is another type of variation, that is periodic variation. In such case, the current is called as alternating current. If the value of current or voltage varies periodically with time, then such currents are called as alternating currents. From the animation you can see the value of voltage or current varying periodically with time. The amplitude remaining constant. The amplitude means the maximum value, but instantaneous value is varying with time. Such currents are called as alternating currents. In the newly introduced chapter, we are going to discuss these things, varying as well as alternating currents. Coming to our present topic, that is growth and decay of currents in LR circuits. L stands for inductance, R stands for resistance. First let us see growth part, growth of current. For this, let us assume a circuit containing a resistance R, an inductance L, and a two-way switch S, sometimes it is called as key also, and a battery of EMF E. Let us see the figure. Here is a figure. This is the resistance R and this is the inductance L, which are connected in series with two-way switch S. This switch can be connected either to one or 0. If it is connected to 1, battery will be connected in the circuit. If it is connected to 0, battery will be disconnected from the circuit and there won't be any EMF in the circuit. This is the explanation of the circuit. Now, in the case of growth of current, we will connect this switch to 1. If switch is connected to 1, the current in the circuit raises from 0 to some value. Observe the circuit, the switch is connecting to one terminal. Are you noticing? The switch is connecting to terminal 1. Then this battery will be connected in the circuit. The current from battery will flow through resistance as well as inductance and it will come back to battery. If we assume instantaneous value of current as I at any time t, then we can write equations accordingly. There is a typical nature of inductance. Its nature is that it will not allow the current to pass through it constantly. It doesn't allow a constant value either raising or decreasing. It will oppose either increasing value or decreasing value. Here in this case, whenever we connect switch from here to S to 1, battery will be connected in the circuit and current starts flowing in the circuit. That is from 0 value to some value. As the current starts increasing, this inductor opposes the increase. It will develop a back EMF which will decrease the effective value of EMF in the circuit. We know that the back EMF developed in the circuit due to inductance is given by L times di by dt. E is the original EMF in the circuit and L times di by dt is the back EMF produced in the circuit. So the effective EMF will be E minus this one. This EMF, back EMF, it is called back EMF because it will oppose the existing EMF in the circuit. That is the reason the effective EMF becomes E minus L times di by dt, which will be equal to the potential drop across the resistor. Now, if we apply Ohm's law in this circuit, the same circuit is reproduced here. If we apply Ohm's law to this circuit, then E minus L times di by dt will be equal to Ri. Now, if we rearrange the terms, let us bring this Ri to the left side, L times di by dt onto the right side. In that case, it will become E minus Ri is equal to L di by dt. Our interest is to find out the current I, instantaneous value, an expression for instantaneous value of current. So what do? We separate the terms, I terms on one side, dt terms on other side. Next step is we will integrate this equation. We can directly integrate it, but for our convenience, we multiply this equation with minus r on both sides. It will easy our process. So when we multiply this equation with minus r on both sides, the equation becomes minus r di by E minus Ri is equal to minus R by L times dt. Now if we observe this LHS, let us assume that this denominator E minus Ri as some x. Its differential value will be, as E is constant, its differential value will be minus RdI. So if this denominator is considered as x, numerator becomes dx. On integration of dx by x becomes log x. So we can write this equation as log of E minus Ri is equal to minus R by L times t, because integral of dt becomes t, and plus some c, which is a integration constant. Let us assume that this equation as equation number 1. Our next step will be to find out this integration constant value. For that, what do? We take the initial condition. What is the initial condition? At the beginning, that is when time t is equal to 0, there was no current in the circuit. So when t is equal to 0, I also becomes 0. If we substitute those two values in this equation, see the RHS, first term of RHS becomes 0, 0 plus C is equal to log of capital E. This small e stands for base. Okay, log can be to any base, either base E or base 10, or for that matter we can take any base. Here it is taken as E. So log of E is equal to minus R by L times T becomes 0. So plus 0 plus C. Let us write this equation. So after substituting the boundary condition, we will get the equation as this. From this, C can be written as log of E. If we substitute this equation, let us assume that this equation is number 2. If we substitute this equation in the earlier equation, we will get log E minus Ri is equal to minus R by L times T plus log E. We do not pronounce always the base E. Okay, it is assumed. Though it is written, we do not say it every time. Next, log E, the second term of RHS, is brought to left side. When it is brought to the left side, it becomes minus. So log, according to log A minus log B, it can be written as log of A by B. After rearranging the terms, we will get the equation of log of E minus Ri by E is equal to minus R by L times T. In this equation, if we take this log, if we drop log on LHS left side, we will get exponential term on the right side. So the equation becomes E minus Ri by E is equal to exponential of minus R by L times T. Remember this equation. We are going to rearrange these terms. So if we divide the LHS, E by E becomes 1 minus Ri by E it becomes. We are going to write in the next slide. So the next equation becomes 1 minus Ri by E is equal to E times minus R by L times T. Again we rearrange the terms and we write the equation. Our final uh, motto is to write the equation for I. So we rearrange the terms. We take this exponent term to left side and this Ri by E other side. So equation becomes like this. Next, if we take this R by I onto other side, I can be written as E by R times 1 minus exponential of minus R by L times T. Let us assume that this E by R, the constant value E by R as I naught, which is the maximum current in the circuit. Why it is constant? When the current is flowing, EMF of the battery is not changing. Though the effective EMF is varying, EMF of the battery is remaining constant. Also, the value of resistance is constant. So this term E by R is constant in a growth process. We can assume it as I naught, which is the maximum current in the circuit. Then the equation becomes I is equal to I naught times 1 minus e power minus R by L times T. This is the equation of instantaneous current in the LR circuit during growth of current. This equation indicates instantaneous current during the growth process. Here we have two terms on the RHS. First one is I naught, second one is I naught times e power minus R by L times T. The first term denotes the maximum value of the current and the second term denotes transient value. That is, transient means changing value. Second term denotes transient value of the current. First term denotes the maximum value, fixed value. So as time passes, we see that there is an increase. There is increase in the current. Now, if we plot the graph for this equation, the graph will be like this. Here time is taken on x-axis, current I is taken on y-axis. If we plot the graph, we get a monotonically increasing curve as shown in figure. The maximum value is I naught. From the equation, it can be seen that the maximum value is attained at infinity when t is infinity, which is not possible. That is why here we have shown that the instantaneous value reaches maximum value asymptotically. Asymptotically means it appears to be reaching, but it never reaches. It appears to be reaching I naught, but it never reaches. It reaches at infinity, which is not possible. So this is the expression for instantaneous value. This equation represents growth current in the LR circuit. Now let us see how the rate of growth varies. How the rate of growth varies. For that we do differentiation of this equation. Remember this equation. We will differentiate this equation to observe the rate of growth of current. First let us see what happens when T is substituted as L by R. we will discuss what is this L by R at the end of this slide. First, let us substitute T as L by R in the previous equation. If we substitute, we will get these two terms cancelled. So, exponent, in the exponent we have minus 1. I can be written as I naught times 1 minus 1 by E, or if we take LCM of this one, it can be written as E minus 1 by E. So it can be written, after substituting the value, it can be written as I is equal to 0.63 times I naught. That means at T is equal to L by R, the instantaneous value of current becomes 63% of maximum value. This constant L by R is called as time constant. It is denoted by lambda. In some textbooks, it is also denoted by tau. You can free to use any symbol. We are representing it by lambda, but in some textbooks it is also represented by tau. You can represent either way. This uh, constant is called as time constant. If we express the instantaneous value of current in terms of this time constant, then it becomes as I is equal to I naught times 1 minus exponential of minus t by lambda. Again I am repeating, the same equation in some textbooks is written as I is equal to I naught times 1 minus exponential of minus t by tau. You can write either way. Now, the important thing one has to remember is this L by R is called as time constant. How can we define time constant of a circuit? Time constant of a circuit is defined as the time period in which the current, instantaneous value of current, reaches 63% of maximum value. Now let us see rate of growth. As already I have mentioned, for rate of growth, we will differentiate the instantaneous value of current. dI by dt can be written as differential of this instantaneous value. On differentiation, if you observe the first term, it is constant 1, it becomes 0. After differentiation of this second term, we know that differentiation of e power ax is equal to a times ex. In the place of a, here it is minus r by l. So we get minus r by l times this one. Already minus sign is there. So on multiplication of 2 minus we get plus here, r by l times e power minus r by l times t. Now we know that from the instantaneous value of current we can rewrite exponential of minus r by l t as I naught minus I by I naught. Let us write this into this equation, previous equation. If we write this, the equation becomes di by dt is equal to I naught times r by l times I naught minus I by I naught. Now here I naught and I naught will get cancelled, and we will get, after rearranging the terms, we get the equation as di by dt is equal to r by l times I naught minus I. This equation represents a rate of growth of current in LR circuit. Now from this equation we can make two conclusions. They are, as I increases, as instantaneous value I increases, rate of growth decreases, which we have seen already from the graph. As time lapses, the rate of growth is decreasing. We have seen in the graph. So, same thing can be concluded or proved from this equation. Another one is this R by L. When it is taken into the denominator, it becomes L by R, which is nothing but time constant lambda. So, time constant is coming in the denominator in this equation. Greater is the time constant, smaller will be the rate of growth. Here in time constant L will be changing. So greater the value of L, smaller will be the rate of growth. Vice versa, smaller is the value of inductance, greater will be the rate of growth. So this is all about growth of current in LR circuit. Now we will proceed to decay of current. Okay. What is the change from earlier concept to this one, from growth to decay? In the growth of current, battery is included in the circuit. When we remove the battery from the circuit, observe the figure carefully. Here the battery is removed. The switch S is thrown to 0. Notice the change. Switch S is thrown to 0. When S is thrown to 0, battery is removed from the circuit. When battery is removed, EMF will not be there in the circuit. Whatever maximum current present during that time will start decreasing. Now let us assume that the maximum value, the initial value of current as I naught. And now we also know that the property of inductance is to oppose the rate of change of current, change in the current. So earlier it was opposing the increasing current. Now it will oppose decreasing current. Now if we apply Ohm's law, as there is no EMF, we can write equation as minus L dI by dt. This is back EMF developed in the inductor, is equal to potential drop across resistor. Now this upper circuit will function. Upper circuit will function. If we rearrange the terms, it will become dI by dt is equal to minus R by L times I. Our interest is to find out the instantaneous current. For that, we separate the variables. dI by I is equal to minus R by L times dt. If we integrate this, we get log of I is equal to minus R by L times t plus some integration constant. Let us assume it as C dash. Now the next step will be to find out integration constant C dash. We know that at the beginning of this decay, that is t is equal to 0, the current in the circuit was I naught. If we substitute those boundary conditions, we get the equation as log of I naught is equal to C dash. Now we substitute this C dash value in the previous equation. Again the process will be same. We bring this log I naught value onto the left side, and so if we rearrange the terms, it will be log of I by I naught is equal to minus R by L times t, or it can be written as I by I naught is equal to, we are dropping log on LHS. left side. So we get exponent term on the right side. After rearranging, I is equal to I naught times e power minus r by L t. Now this represents the instantaneous value of current during the decay of current. If we plot the graph, taking current on y-axis and time on x-axis, it will monotonically decrease as shown in figure. It is this dotted line shows the maximum value present at the beginning. The current, as time passes, the current in the circuit decreases exponentially as shown in the figure. Now let us substitute the time constant in this equation. In the previous equation, we know that the time constant value is L by R. If we substitute in the instantaneous value equation, it will become I is equal to I naught times exponential of minus R by L times L by R. These things will get cancelled and we will remain with I is equal to I naught times 1 by E. That means if we substitute the value of E, which is 2.718, we get I is equal to 0.37 I naught. That means after T is equal to L by R, the current in the circuit will be equal to 37 percentage of the maximum current present at the beginning. It can also be defined time constant. Earlier we have defined the time constant for growth circuit. Now we are defining the time constant in decay circuit. It can be defined as the time period during which the current in the circuit decreases to 37% of its initial value, maximum value. Let us see the rate of decay of current. What do we do to find out the rate of decay? Yes, we will differentiate the instantaneous value. The instantaneous value is I is equal to I naught times e exponential of minus RT by L. On differentiation, this minus R by L comes as a multiple. So after rearranging the terms, I naught times e power minus RT by L can be written as I. So it can be written like this. From this, what do we observe? The rate of change, rate of decay is inversely proportional to inductance value. The rate of decay is inversely proportional to inductance value. Greater is the inductance, smaller will be the decay. Smaller is the inductance value, greater will be the decay. With this, we complete the tutorial on growth and decay of current in LR circuit. L stands for inductance, R stands for resistance. Thank you for watching the tutorial.